Assassinins Creed Odyssey. It's my half-baked review, which means I haven't finished the game yet, but thought I most probably shouldn't wait. So, this is a game set in ancient Greece, in the Peloponnesian War between Greece and Sparta.
Every breath that you have taken has led you to this moment.
Yep.
Every drop of blood, sweat, and tear,
I've shed them all.
has led to where you stand right now.
I'm sitting.
The Persians come to make slaves of us all. I have a better idea. I say we drench the gods with their blood. You Spartans,
Maybe.
for our sons,
Yeah!
our daughters,
Yeah!
for Sparta.
Who, what, where now? Can I rethink that? So, the game is truly epic, and quite a shift from the original sort of concept of Assassin's Creed. And I think, you know, the start really sort of highlights that. I mean, it starts with this huge epic battle. And when I say epic, I mean it in every way, shape and form. But it's not all fighting and blood and gore. There is a story. Actually, you can play either as Cassandra or Alexios, so brother and sister. So you have a choice in the game. But you start, in this particular case, I've started off as Cassandra. Apparently her voice acting is much better.
Don't see fishes like you every day, huh?
Yeah, keep away. Haha.
You hungry?
Yeah.
How about we make a deal?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Now, I have to say, it's clear that the developers, Ubisoft, from Quebec, really went all out with their cinematic sort of approach to the game. There's some beautiful scenes that are created inside Odyssey. It's all set, as I said, sort of like on the outset of the Peloponnesian War, sort of around 430 BC. And what you see here is the game. Yeah, this is all in-game. And you get a sense of the freedom and, yeah, just the joy of playing this game just from the opening sequence. Though it is a little bit self-indulgent. So I guess I'll indulge myself with a little bit more eye candy and rock bottoms. So you play Cassandra, or Alexios, as Mystios, who is sort of like a mercenary in the sort of ancient Greek sort of mythology. So, which means that while she's Spartan, and the daughter of Leonidas, the great Spartan king, we know that there's something in the story that's going to happen, that's going to lead to a little bit more interesting times. Now, the game itself is, you know, it's pretty good. It's very much an RPG sort of style game, different from Assassin's Creed normally. So this is a map that you get to play in. It's huge. I mean, it is huge. I've been playing, I'm level 20-ish at the moment, and I've hardly touched any of the map. So you get to play across the whole sort of Aegean. Quests are pretty well structured, and there's a good blend of main story quests and side quests. The actual sort of kit that you get, is a good collection of different weapons. You get different loadouts, although you have to pay for it. A range of different skill sets against Hunter, Warrior, and Assassin. Different armors. The skill sets, the skill trees are split between those Hunter, Warrior, and Assassin sort of classes. You get some common classes as well, and you can load out the controller with different special abilities. So there is a lot of naval battle within the game, so customizing your ship, including its crew and special lieutenants, is very much a part of the game. Also brought into Assassin's Creed Odyssey is the mercenary system, which is a hierarchical sort of structure which defines, I guess, where you stand within the Mystios world, and also defines how much money you earn from your side quests. Icarus, your trusty eagle, is your eyes, not so much ears, across this world, so it allows you to tag enemies and get that sort of situational awareness of what's going on. But it is a big world, so you need some wheels, or some hooves in this case. So my horse Phobos is my means of travelling around when I'm not doing fast travel. Now the game itself, it is still you can still play it in Assassin's Creed style, so sneaking around, doing sort of stealth kills, and that's most probably my preferred way of playing it. A lot of the missions are sort of fort infiltrations, where you've got a huge number of guards that you have to sort of negotiate around, either killing or avoiding, to achieve certain mission objectives. So this is where Icarus really comes in handy. Now, once you are spotted, however, the forts tend to light their beacons, and that often brings in reinforcements or even mercenaries. The mercenaries are there to, get you. That's their sole job. So once again, sort of assassination type skills, very much a key part of the game. But it also has a much stronger focus on ground combat. So the combat feels pretty natural. Sometimes the terrain and the graphics get in the way, so you have to be a little bit careful. That sound is the sound of approaching doom. A mercenary is about to appear. There he is! So, the number of enemies that you can face at any given time is pretty impressive. You don't get any sort of slowdown in frame rate. One of the interesting things that you get is that the characters are quite independent. So you can get the case of mercenaries fighting, by accident, the people that paid them. So it's sort of this weird thing where you can, battles can be within battles. Sometimes you can use that to your advantage. But one of the other key aspects of Odyssey is the conquest battles, and these are where you truly get those epic battle proportions. It's pretty difficult actually to do this, because it just is non-stop fighting. And it just really, there's almost no end to enemies to take on in combat. But there is also a more calmer, existentialist sort of approach to the game of exploration and discovery, and a little bit of fishing. So it's not all land based, as you may have guessed. It is an archipelago after all, and a lot of the underwater sort of world creation is just as impressive as the stuff on land. But I did say it's an archipelago, so naval battles like Origins and Black Flag that came before it is very much a key part of Odyssey. by the way, you want to make sure you don't bump into anyone by accident. This entire battle, sea battle, occurred just because I made the mistake of accidentally hitting a Spartan ship, and all chaos ensued. The naval battles are expansive. They really do give you a sense of the scale and the speed of some of these battles on the water. Of course, fictitiously. One of the key aspects of the game is the ramming. So you have to develop your particular ship to be able to take those ramming type operations. You need to enhance your archery and javelin capabilities. The whole point is that you want to bring about a boarding. And this is where land and sea battles combine. It gives a very different dynamic though, because the terrain that you're fighting is very much constrained. And once again you get a sense of a true melee combat with a little bit of help from your friends. Yeah! Bleh. One of the good things about this is that when you're doing the boardings, everyone has the respect and politeness to not attack. Very convenient. One of the things you should be aiming for is to actually cut your enemy in half, which is easier said than done. And you can also get mercenaries on the seas as well, not just on land. So we often learn by failure. And Odyssey has some foibles. Fire is your friend, except when it's not. Beep! Just a little bit of self-censorship. So one of the things you do want to avoid is forgetting to equip your sword while you've got your torch out. Although apparently fire is something that is used quite a lot in this world. But as I mentioned, I'm more of an assassin by nature. So I like those sort of stealth kills. And you can achieve some pretty impressive results, if I may say so myself. Though some might suggest that the game mechanics just isn't quite working as it should in some cases. In fact, what you think might be suicide, sometimes turns into a little bit of a game glitch. Although I have to say this happens very rarely. Ubisoft, who make the game sort of notorious for their glitches, but Odyssey, I have to say, has been pretty good. There are a few though. And so, horseback is something you need to get experienced at. And, you can become quite adept at combat. However, crossing rivers apparently is a little bit of a next level thing. Same as riding on the beach. Yeah, Bella. Or going for an evening stroll. Bella, I think, has a different meaning from what I thought. Ouch! That's gotta hurt. However, apparently your horse is indestructible. So even if something bad happens, just give it a little bit of time and everything will sort itself out. In this case, I was hunting bear. And I thought, okay, do the right thing, get some distance. Don't want to have a bear in my face. Just wait. Just go back here and hide a little bit, see what happens. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Animals are a little bit unpredictable. In fact, you can have some pretty annoying fun with some animals. Here, the bears were originally attacking the wild boar, and I thought, well, that's good time to attack. However, the bear saw me. Great dodge, by the way. Unfortunately, the boar was more than my match. And it's not just the big animals that you have to worry about. Nothing like being two-timed by a crazy sword-wielding berserker and a chook. Now, the game also has its fair share of NPCs. In fact, the world itself does feel quite lived in. But NPCs are really there for one reason. Sorry. But they do also become a central part of the game. Now I remember.
Where are my manners? I am Varnavas, captain of the Adrestia.
He will become your central ally.
I'm Cassandra, Mistios by trade.
Mistios by trade. Mistios is brave. Single-handedly taking on a ship full of Spartans. That's the Mistios way. Apparently, that was not such a good idea, however. Time to make a quick escape. Part of being a Mistios is being lucky. A little bit of skill, but a whole heap of luck. And friends in the right places. Unfortunately, the game does suffer a little bit for lack of coordination. I just want to throw this guy off the balcony and move on with the game. Can I do it? Nope. So, all things return to the beginning. And the one thing you realize playing in Odyssey is the world is there for one thing alone. To explore the world until someone comes along that's just a little bit bigger, badder, and meaner than you. Hey, I'm not even doing anything. Okay. Uh-oh. Hold on. He phoned a friend. Ugh. This is not going to end the way you thought. Yup. Ended just the way I thought it would. But Odyssey is an amazing game. It's just such a huge world. It's fun to play. A lot of RPG aspects and hundreds of hours of fun. The only problem is a little bit grindy and progress can be slow and a bit of swearing, which is not so good for the kids. Overall, definitely a strong 8.6. Love the game. And definitely no ass in Odyssey's Creed.